This demonstration illustrates the interoperability that is now possible between NISC's iView Customer Information System suite and the Yukon AMR system offered by Canon Technologies using Multispeak version 3 web services. First, we will see how an iView user can request all AMR supported meters from the Yukon system. The user can determine which consumers in NISC's iView CIS have meters with Canon AMR capabilities. We'll illustrate this by updating the AMR type and transponder ID fields on the iView meter inventory. Within iView, the user then runs the Multispeak import process, which calls the Get AMR Supported Meters method supported by Yukon. AMR type and transponder ID are automatically updated in iView. Here you can see that the AMR type and transponder ID have been populated in the iView database. One very important shared functionality of the two systems is that iView can initiate a new meter reading and request the latest meter readings by meter number from the Yukon AMR system. The utility benefits because the customer service representative doesn't have to log into a separate system to get the most recent meter reading information. This feature is intended to be used by customer service to assist in answering customer questions or in completing connect and disconnect orders. The CSR selects the Read Now button on the iView Reading Interval History panel, which initiates a new reading for the specified meter number, and when the reading is returned, it is posted to the Interval Daily Reading table. Yukon performs a real-time read of the meter and returns the peak demand and current usage to the iView system. It is also possible for a Yukon AMR user to request the customer or service location data stored in NISC's iView system by meter number. The ability to view customer information associated with a meter in Yukon provides useful information for the administration of the AMR system. The utility benefits from this integration by removing the necessity to log on to a separate system to look up customer data. When the user selects a meter in Yukon, they may then choose to get the customer-specific details from iView. The customer data retrieved from iView is displayed here in Yukon's Meter Detail interface. The service location details may also be retrieved from iView. Here we see the service location from iView being displayed. Now we will investigate a series of processes that utilize the Multispeak real-time messaging system to transfer data updates from iView to Yukon. The following transactions occur simultaneously in the two systems, but for demonstration purposes we will first show the process in iView that triggers a Multispeak web service notification with data changes to be processed in Yukon. Then we'll switch to show how that notification was simultaneously processed by Canon's Yukon system. First, we will show how iView can be used to notify Yukon of newly deployed AMR meters. This integration will save the utility time and money during the initial deployment and ongoing maintenance of their Yukon system by removing the need to manually enter or import a list of newly deployed AMR meters to Yukon. When an in-stock meter is installed at a meter service location on NISC's iView CIS through a Connect service order, notification of meter deployment is sent to Yukon for processing. Here we are completing a Reconnect service order in iView, including the installation of the AMR meter. The meter already exists in Yukon, but is disabled and flagged as removed for the purposes of this demonstration. When the Add Meter notification is received by Yukon, a new meter is added or updated. The message log displays the incoming meter notification from NISC's iView. When we look at the meter again, we can see that it is now enabled and no longer marked as removed. iView can also notify Yukon of the exchange of AMR meters. This function will save the utility time and money during the ongoing maintenance of their Yukon system by removing the need to manually enter meter change information in Yukon. A meter exchange is performed in NISC's iView CIS. This will initiate a series of multi-speak web services, a meter remove notification for the out meter, and a meter add notification for the in meter. In Yukon, the meter exists and is currently enabled. The message log displays the notification from iView, and the meter has been updated to disabled and flagged as removed. You will notice that the in meter does not yet exist in Yukon. Next, the message log displays notification from iView that a new meter has been added. Here we see the new meter exists and is now enabled. iView can also notify Yukon of removed AMR meters. This interface will save the utility time and money during the ongoing maintenance of their systems by removing the need to manually enter a list of removed AMR meters in Yukon. A disconnect service order transaction is completed in NISC's iView CIS using standard procedures. Notification of meter removal is sent to Yukon during this process. In Yukon, the meter exists and is currently enabled. The message log displays the notification from iView, and the meter has been updated to disabled and flagged as removed. The meter is not deleted from Yukon so that historic meter readings may be saved. iView will also notify Yukon of changed customer or service location information. This function will save the utility time and money by removing the need to manually enter initial and changed customer information in Yukon. iView notifies Yukon of a change in any of several service location specific elements by sending the changed service location information. In this scenario, when the cycle is changed from 4 to 2, Yukon is notified of the update. In Yukon, the meter is initially on cycle 4. The message log displays the notification from iView, and you can see that the meter's billing cycle updates to 2. iView can also notify Yukon of locations where usage should be monitored. Status groups can be updated in Yukon based on notifications from iView that a meter's state has changed. Usage monitoring can be used to track locations where electric usage is not expected, such as vacant dwellings. This function is intended to save the utility money by allowing for a soft disconnect of a meter versus sending an employee to hard disconnect the meter on those meters where disconnect hardware is not installed. A disconnect order is processed within NISC's iView CIS. The meter status on meter inventory is made inactive installed, and neither the disconnect at transformer nor the dead plug options are checked, so power is maintained to the inactive meter. In Yukon's web interface, the current group is displayed. When the notification from iView is processed, the group is updated to a usage monitoring state. Meters in this group may be read on a nightly, scheduled basis to verify usage or lack thereof. If scheduled, the usage reading is archived in Yukon. Therefore, any of Yukon's reporting and graphing tools may be used to display the usage reading. It is also possible for iView to notify Yukon of locations where usage monitoring is no longer required. This feature is intended to benefit the utility by removing the necessity to manually remove meters from the usage monitoring status group. A reconnect order is processed within NISC's iView CIS. The meter status on meter inventory is made active. As you can see, the meter is currently in a usage monitoring state in Yukon. When the notification from iView is processed, the meter is removed from the usage monitoring state. iView can also notify Yukon of locations where no AMR reading is expected. This feature is intended to benefit the utility by removing the necessity to manually add meters to the disconnected status group. NISC's iView CIS notifies Yukon that meters have been disconnected and that no AMR reading is expected since no electricity is available to power the AMR device. A disconnect order is processed within NISC's iView CIS. The meter status on meter inventory is made inactive installed, and either the disconnect at transformer or dead plug are checked, indicating power to the meter is disconnected. In Yukon, the current group is displayed. When the notification from iView is processed, the group is updated to a disconnect status. Lastly, iView can also notify Yukon of locations where AMR readings are once again expected. This feature will benefit the utility by removing the necessity to manually remove meters from the disconnected status for meters that should no longer be considered disconnected and an AMR reading is once again expected. A reconnect order is processed within the iView CIS. The meter status on meter inventory is made active. You can see that the meter is currently in a disconnect status in Yukon. When the notification from iView is processed, the meter is removed from the disconnect status.